It's on us. We don't treat video games like art. So why is anybody gonna go through the effort of making art in video games? What do reviews look like now, and how could they improve? We know why they are the way they are from a long kind of history, how consumers have been kind of taken advantage of by these companies. So why haven't video game reviews improved? In other forms of art, we see reviews don't follow the same pattern. We look at movies. Not very many movie reviews I've seen have ended in, you should buy a ticket to this movie, or you shouldn't buy a ticket to this movie. But video game reviews do. You'll see a lot of them end in something like, you should buy this game, you should wait for a sale, this game is a buy from me, you should play this game on Game Pass only, and if you're even interested. It's all about the consumer angle, which we can see a history of why it is the way it is. But let's look at other reviews. I think of all kind of mediums, books have kind of gone one of the longest ways with reviews. Most reviews of books that I've read have been on the side of, a critique of the book itself, the elements of the plot, if the themes are pertinent for today, if the characters are well-rounded and go through great character arcs. In a roundabout way, it is asking if the book is worth reading, but it asks a bigger question: what is this book saying? What kind of role does it serve in our culture? But from my perspective, we're still treating video games like they're commodities, right? What we're buying is a few hours of entertainment versus, an artistic experience. So why have we settled for this? We have kind of refused to treat video games like art out of the way we talk about them. We talk about the literal mechanics on how to deal with player psychology, how to get money out of people. None of these are kind of elements of real art. And there are very few games I can think of now that kind of live up to it. And I think partially it's on us. We don't treat video games like art. So why is anybody gonna go through the effort of making art in video games? I think of games like Death Stranding, Baldur's Gate 3. Obviously they have other influences, people who are willing to give them money to make this game, and they're not gonna make money. These games are, in a sense, in the end, going to make a lot of money. But you can tell that the people who are making them aren't doing it as a job, but as a passion, right? They care about what they're making. That this isn't just another, Assassin's Creed game that's getting pushed out. This isn't another Call of Duty. This is somebody's dream game, right? As a kid, they wanted to make or play a game like this. And so they're making it. But they're also incorporating things like great storytelling and mechanics in the games that actually make the player ask questions about what is the role of the player in the game they're playing. Ludonarrative is kind of a buzzword now, but I think this is part of it too, right? What is the story that's being told by players playing in the game? Too often I see games that don't take advantage of the medium. They are just movies that have interactive portions, or they're games that just are games, but they don't have a story that goes along with it. What I'm looking for is, an artwork that takes advantage of the medium itself. Just as you write a book, right? Why isn't this a movie? Well, it's because it works better in a book form, right? H.P. Lovecraft is a great example of somebody who wrote in a way that took advantage of the medium itself. He was able to write horror in a way because it took advantage of the fact that our imaginations are a lot more powerful than our eyes. I'm horrified of Cthulhu in the book. As soon as you draw him on a page, I'm like, yeah, he's just a weird, illithid looking fellow. Where we go from here, I'm not sure. Hopefully in the months to come, I put together something that is a semblance of what our reviews can look like from now on. But for right now, I'm just kind of in the stance of let's make it clear that we should be a little unhappy with the way things are, that we should be a little unsatisfied, that game reviews have been in a place where it's, the only reaction people get out of it is that you didn't give my game a good score, or just because you didn't like this one thing doesn't means you don't understand it. But actually taking video game criticism like any other art criticism and actually making something out of it. I'm inspired by all these people who write video reviews about movies, and they're way better than anything made about video games now. There are very few people who even get close to it. But there are a few creators that I think kind of fill that role pretty well. But I'm going to be mean, and I don't know if I'm going to name anybody. I might have somebody up here, but that's about it. I'm excited to talk about this more in the future, but thank you for listening, and hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next Saturday.